So, Hare Krishna. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna. Welcome to the Saturday Bhagavad Gita class. And today we are going to start Bhagavad Gita from chapter 1. However, before doing so, we will go to the remaining portion of the introduction and what the introduction talks about. Uh, So, introduction was actually a lecture given by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada in New York as the first public lecture that he gave in America. And that lecture is the introduction of Bhagavad Gita. So, it has been compiled and nicely written and put that as a part of Bhagavad Gita as it is. So, the few verses that Srila Prabhupada chanted in the beginning of his lecture became the Mangalacharan prayer for us. Yeah. And these Mangalacharan prayers are very good. The introduction to any subject matter has three parts to it. One is the Vastu Nirdesh, or it is called as objective. What objective are we trying to place in front of the audience? Vastu Nirdesh or objective. So, in the objective, we are very clearly state that, this is what we are going to talk about in this. So, what is the objective of bhakti uh, bhakti study? The objective is to increase our bhakti by way of understanding who the Lord is and what Lord wants us to do. Yeah, because we all know there are so many gods. If you are coming from an Indian subcontinent background, then we all know that everyone thinks that, oh, I worship Ganpati, I worship Shiva, I worship this, I worship that, I worship Kali Mata, and all that. So, all that study has been very nicely compiled and presented in Bhagavad Gita, and the knowledge was given to Arjun on the battlefield of Kurukshetra when he was bewildered with lots of questions in his mind that why is he fighting? Why is he going to kill all his relatives and grandfathers and gurus and this and that? So he had a lot of questions in his mind. Why I'm killing all this? So that's where Krishna starts giving him all the instructions. And these instructions became uh, the Bhagavad Gita, which is in the middle part of Mahabharata. Mahabharata is a big grantha, or it is a scripture. And within that, there is a Bhagavad Gita, where before the battle starts, Krishna gives that instructions to Arjun, who is the best friend and the devotee of Krishna. Okay. So, this introduction, what is for us to understand that how the introduction is placed here and why introduction is being placed here. So if people are not interested in going through the entire Bhagavad Gita, what Srila Prabhupada did in this introduction lecture, he has given the nectar of the entire Bhagavad Gita. So he has spoken about the entire Bhagavad Gita in this introduction chapter actually. He spoke from Mangalacharan prayers. So Mangalacharan is Vastu Nirdesh or the objective. Then we ask for the Ashirvad or the blessings of all the gurus. Step by step, we take the blessings of all the gurus, and after the blessings, we pay our obeisances to all these gurus. So this is the way it goes. We take the blessings, then we, uh, pay the obeisances. So this is goes in this order. So any book that, Bhakti book has been written by any of our Vaishnava acharyas, it follows the same flow in which we have the Vastu which is objective, then we have you know, blessings that we take, and then we also do the obeisances to the to everyone, those who are in the disciplic succession, and as well as Radharani and Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, everyone. So let's chant the Mangalacharan prayers which are in the beginning. So, Devlina, if you don't have the Bhagavad Gita as it is, I suppose you have, you can open the introduction chapter of Bhagavad Gita as it is.
Okay.
Are we all there?
Yes.
Okay. So I will chant and you repeat. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashadakaya
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya
Shalakaya
Jnananjalakaya
Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha
Chakshurunmilitam yena
Tasmai
tasmai
Shri
Shri
Namaha.
Gurave
Shri Chaitanya Manu Abhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale
Shri
Shri
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Manu Abhishtam
Manositam
Sthapitam
Yena
yena
Bhutale.
bhutale
Swayam Rupa Kada Mayyam Dadati Swapadantikam
Swayam Rupa
Swayam
Kada Mahyam
Dadati
Dadati
Swapadantikam.
Swapadantikam
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yatah Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri
श्रीयतपदकमलं
Shri
श्रीगुरुं
Vaishnavanscha
वैष्णवञ्च
Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam
Shri
रूपं
Rupam
सर्वजगन्नाथं
Sagrajatam
गगननाथं
Raghunathanitam Tam
तं
Sajivam
सजीवं
Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam
Sadvaitam
अद्वैतं
Savadutam
अवधूतं
Parijanasamritam Krishna
परिजनसहितं
Chaitanya Devam
Shri
कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं
Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha
Shri Radha Krishna
कृष्णपदां सहगना
Lita
ललिता
Devikakhamritanshcha
He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate
He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate
श्रीमते
Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute
Gopesha Gopika
गोपिकान्ता
Kanta Radha
राधाकान्ता
Kanta
नमोस्तुते
Namostute.
Devlina, can you switch on your audio? You are muted.
Oh, sorry.
Next time. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
Tapta Kanchana
तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी
Radhe
राधे
Vrindavaneshwari
Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye
Vrishabhanusute
सुते
Devi
देवी
Pranamami
प्रणनामि हरिप्रिये
Haripriye
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva cha
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa
वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च
Sindhubhya
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha
Patitanam
पतितानां
Pavanebhyo
पावनेभ्यो
Vaishnavebhyo
वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमः
नमो नमः
Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine
Tarini.
Jai Shri
Jai
Krishna
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Repeat.
Shri
Shri
Advaita
Advaita
Gadadhara Srivasadi
Srivasadi
Gaura
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 Bhakta.
Bhakta
Now
Vinda.
everyone together. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
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 Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, we can do it 3 times, but normally I'm just doing it once today because
Yeah.
we also want to repeat the understanding and the meaning of each of these verses so that we can go ahead into first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which is the excitement that people have in the class, isn't it? Yeah. So, Om Ajnana Timir Andhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Un Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve. What is the meaning of this? I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. So here, the shalaka. Shalaka is an instrument which is used for removing the cataract of the eyes. As per the Sushruta Samhita. Sushruta Samhita is the book written by uh, Rishi Sushrut. He was the first surgeon, he's the Ayurvedic surgeon in the history of our, Hindu philosophy, basically. So he has written lots of books on Ayurveda and the medicine and all those. So he used shalaka as an instrument to remove the cataract of the eyes. So here the same instrument, shalaka, same terminology is used, shalaka, to remove the cataract of knowledge of ignorance. So that ignorance to be removed, and how the ignorance will be removed once you get the knowledge. And who will give you the knowledge? Knowledge will be given to you by Guru. Yeah. So next 2 lines are Shri Chaitanya Mano Abhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayyam Tadati Swapadantikam. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was the incarnation of Lord Krishna, when he appeared in the material world, what did he appear for? Why do Krishna appears? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata amrittanam adharmasya tadatmanam sajamyaham. Not only that, paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushram. This is very important. That why does he appear? To paritranaya sadhunam, to save his devotees. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkritam. And those who are dushkritam, for them he annihilates all the dushkritams. Those who are rakshasas or those who are enemies of the devotees, to them he gives that punishment. Vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya. And then what he does? He establishes dharma. Dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavani yuge yuge. Like this, so the dharma will stay there for yuge yuge, like this. And again, if it goes, he comes back again and does the same activity. So Krishna always keeping a very close eye on the material world. If anything goes wrong, he will make sure that his devotees are protected, and he is able to annihilate the demons and establish dharma. So that's what the Krishna does. And we need to understand the meaning of each of these shlokas in the real sense, that why is he doing that? Why he comes and where is it written? So we have the scientific proof, we have the philosophical proof, we have scriptural proof that why he comes there. Now, here Sri Chaitanya Mano Abhishtam. What was the Mano Abhishtam of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and who understood that? His Mano Abhishtam was that Krishna's name should be distributed across the globe and every nook and corner of this world. What is to be done? Just Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, eva kevalam, kalau nasti, vanasti, vanasti, gatir anyatha. So he has to do only this. We all have to do only this much. Just chant your rounds and distribute the same to others so that everyone will chant. When World War II was happening and people reached to Srila Prabhupada in Kolkata, so what Prabhupada said, you don't have to do anything. You just chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, go on to the roads, do the Sankirtan. Everything will be nice. Though he was earlier the follower of Mahatma Gandhi, but that he's left everything because his scope was not only to India. Srila Prabhupada's scope was the entire world. He wanted to have peace and harmony in every town and village. And the equipment for that and whatever you need, the missiles, that missile is of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Give Sankirtan to everyone, give Hare Krishna Mahamantra to everyone. By doing so, there will be peace and harmony in every town and village. That's what Prabhupada has said. Because, so who understood the Mano Abhishtam? Mano Abhishtam means whatever there in his heart. In whose heart? Saloni?
In everyone's
Chaitanya
heart.
Mahaprabhu's heart. So what was their Mano Abhishtam? Sthapitam yena bhutale. And who understood that? Swayam Rupa Kadamayam. Swayam Rupa means Srila Rupa Goswami. He understood that. And then he, along with other associates, he started doing the Hare Krishna Kirtan, Hare Krishna Mahamantra distribution to every town and village. That's why we are chanting their names first. Because he started. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. Jnana Anjana. See, we have Anjan for putting into our eyes. What is Anjan? Kajal. We put kajal in order to have a good eyesight. So that Anjan. And that Anjan is put by using the Shalaka. Anjan is put by using our finger as well. Yeah. And the same Shalaka is used for removing the cataract as well of the eyes. So there are many meanings of this at the moment. Yeah. So after some time, I'll be the only one on the video. Looks like. So, as I said, that I'll be talking to a dumb terminal after some time. So, all right. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what was there in his mind, what was there in his heart is to establish Hare Krishna Mahamantra everywhere and in nook and corner of the world. And that is understood by Srila Rupa Goswami, who was one of the acharyas or Vaishnava acharyas. He came and he, along with other who Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Pada Kamalam. So all the gurus, Gurun means many gurus, Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam. So with Rupa Goswami, who all came, Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham. So Raghunath Bhatta Goswami came. Then Jiva Goswami, Sa Advaitam, Advaitacharya, Savadhutam, Parijana Sahitam, Krishna Chaitanya Devam. Parijana Sahitam. So with all these, along with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they all started this movement of giving the Hare Krishna Mahamantra to everyone. And then Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanatanscha. So who all? Radha and Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita. So who is with Radha and Krishna? Always the Ashtasakhis are there. Lalita, Vishakha, these are the main or the chief gopis. They are always there with Krishna. If you see the Mayapur, deity's photo, Radha Madhav, with them, who is there? Ashtasakhis are there. With Radharani, this side there are 4 Sakhis, and with Krishna, this side there are 4 Sakhis. Sakhis.
I've seen that. Yeah.
So there are Ashta Sakhis are there. So these are the primary or premium, Sakhis were there along with Radha and Krishna. So that's what we are trying to do, trying to pay our obeisances to them. And then what is happening here? Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu. Hey Krishna, who is the Karuna Sindhu? He is the ocean of mercy. Karuna Sindhu. Tira Bandhu Jagatpati. He is the Bandhu of or Dina. Dina means not only poor by materialistic way, is a poor by knowledge, poor by not having the right philosophical knowledge, not having the right scriptural knowledge. To them, how we are giving the knowledge, just chant Hare Krishna. We are not giving them the big lectures. We are just asking them to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Automatically, what will happen? The dormant love of Krishna, which is there in the heart, will get awakened in the heart. So once that is awakened, what happens? You automatically start loving Krishna. So Hare Krishna Mahamantra, what it does, when you chant it every day, so Krishna starts dancing on your lip or tongue as well. Once he starts dancing on your tongue, you start getting the sweeter taste of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And if you don't chant in a day, then you feel something is missing. Like people, those who smoke, they become so addictive that after an hour or two, they feel, oh, I'm missing something. So what is that missing? They are missing the cigarette or a BD or whatever they smoke. But here it is ulta. What devotee is missing is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. They get, accustomed to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And how many Hare Krishna Mahamantra we have to chant in a day?
16.
Only 16 rounds. 16 into
Minimum.
8. 1726. Not much. But when we say 1726, oh my God, how many? 108 into 16 is such a big number for me. How will I do it? When you start doing it, slowly increase that. Once you start doing some exercise, you don't do all the exercise in a day. Start doing 105 push-ups and ladders for 500 times or something like that. You start very slowly. Like somebody starts with the Surya Namaskar, sun salutation. You start with 2, or then 5, and then 10, and then 12, like that. And so that it will become your habit, and your body also starts able to adopt to those exercises very easily when you start gradually doing that. So start with 2 rounds, then 4 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then come to 6, then 8, like that. So, and maximum, Srila Prabhupada has said that because it is the Kali Yuga, you may not be able to do 64 rounds, which was prescribed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at that time. At his time, 500 years ago, he said, chant 64 rounds a day. So there was one devotee who used to chant 24 hours a day. But can we do it? We will not be able to do it. So that's the reason, looking at the condition of the Kali Yuga and the people on this age of the people, Srila Prabhupada knew that what is the condition of the people, and that's why he brought it 64 divided by 4, 16. So he gave a lot of concession to everyone. He gave a discounted deal to everyone. Go for 16 only, isn't it? When there is a discounted deal, we all run to the Kohl's or Woolworths or Big W or whatever, and we go and buy. Some people go to Myers, some people go to what is it called? David Jones. I don't even remember the names because my wife and my daughter does it. So he says, Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu, Dina Bandhu Jagatpate, Gopesha, Gopika Kanta. Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, who is the ocean of mercy. Dina Bandhu Jagatpati. He is the Bandhu of all Dina and the Bandhus of all Jagat. Jagatpati. He is the master or he is the owner of the Jagat. And he is Dina Bandhu. Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu. So now we are requesting Krishna. Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu. Dina Bandhu Jagatpati. On who and also he is Gopesha Gopika Kanta. He is Gopesha. He is the Ishvara and he is Gopesha, called as Gopesha as well. Gopika Kanta. Gopika Kanta means he is the friend of gopis. Gopika, Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namoste. He is also the friend of Radha Rani. Radha Kanta. To him we are doing Namostate. Now we come to Radha Rani. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi means the one who has the her body color is like a molten gold. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi. Gaurangi means molten gold. Tapta Kanchana. She is always, effulgent with like gold, molten gold. That is Radharani. So where we are, trying to glorify Radharani, we are not losing any opportunity to give the highest glorification to Radharani. Why? Because when we glorify Radharani, who becomes happy?
Krishna.
Becomes happy. When we glorify Krishna, Radharani becomes happy. So it's a mutual thing for them. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, Radhe. And what is Radhe? She is Vrindavaneshwari. She is the queen of Vrindavan. Vrindavaneshwari. Vrishabhanu Sute Devi. What is Vrishabhanu? She is the daughter of Vrishabhanu, who is the king. Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya. To that Radharani, we are doing our obeisances. Pranamami Hari Priya. Now we come to the next shloka, which is Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha. Kalpataru is what? Kalpataru is the wish-fulfilling tree. So if you go to Vrindavan, there are many Kalpatarus. So you go, you don't know which one is the Kalpataru. So keep on going to every tree and start asking for a wish, please do this, please do that, And what are the wishes that people from the material world will ask? मेरी लड़की की शादी करा दो or get me a good job. Vancha kalpataru. So get me a good job or get me a bigger house, I want the house somewhere in the ponds area, like that. So people in the material world will have these kind of, wishes to fulfill. So they are so merciful that they can fulfill these kind of wishes as well. So why can't they fulfill our wishes of the spiritual world as well? And also, if we commit any offense while doing our bhakti, because offense can be done to the mind as well. Thinking ill for someone. What kind of offense? Thinking ill for someone. Thinking ill for a Vaishnava is the biggest aparadha, biggest sin or biggest offense. So there are two things. One is sin and one is offense. What is the difference in the sin and offense? Sin is done on the material platform and offense is committed on the spiritual platform. Because Vaishnavas are supposed to be in the spiritual world. And why do we call it Vaishnava? Those who are the followers of Lord Vishnu. They are Vaishnavas. So we all are Vaishnava. For the two reasons that we are worshipping Lord Vishnu. And again, other thing is we have a soul in our heart. On the area of the heart, we have a soul, which is part and parcel of the super soul. Super soul and soul, they both live in the area of the heart of every living being, whether it's an insect or it's a human being, or it's a dog, or a cat, or anyone. Even the bacteria in the stool. So, or worm in the stool. So it lives along with the soul. And what is the duty of that? What does he do there? He observes, he supervises you, and makes sure. He doesn't stop you from doing anything because he gives you a free will. Do whatever you want to do. I'm just noting it down in my register. What activities are you doing? So he keeps on registering. So he's the supervisor as well as permitter. He permits you to do everything. He doesn't, permits means not right. I write an application to Supersoul today that please allow me to do this, and then once the approval comes, then only I will do it. No, he doesn't do that. He has already given you full permission to do whatever you want to. But he supervises your activity, means he's always there with you to supervise you. What is the good and the bad that you are doing? He supervises. So he's always with us. So we should never think that, oh, God didn't come to help me. No, he was there with you. It was your karma that you had to, go through this problem or that problem. So Madhuri went through some issues in her life, or Saroli went through some issues in her life. So they have to go through those issues because of the karmas that they have done, bad karmas they have done in the past life. Which past life? Not the immediate one. It can be last few, maybe 100, lives before. Yeah. So see, all the karmas are accumulated, and sins are also. So karma can be both good and bad, and both have their own bank balances. Yeah. So both have their own bank balances. So they keep on increasing as you keep on doing the bad things or good things. So people, those who want to go to Swargaloka, they only try to do good things. What are those good things means? They want to do only a philanthropical activity, that they will want to give a donation to a dashram. They want to give to charitable institutes only in order to have their name plaque is on the building that, oh, this person has given so much money to build this particular house or this particular temple, you know. So they keep on doing such philanthropical activities, or they will open hostels for needy people and all that. Yeah, that's good work. I'm not saying that is not good, but what will be even better would be that open those hostels and also give them Krishna Prasadam. So on top of it, if you give Krishna Prasadam, then you are doing the complete duty of doing the good thing. The example of that is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will give alms to all the people, those who come to him for bhakti. Yeah. So he's giving alms to everyone. But Nityananda Prabhu was used to give to everyone, those who didn't even have the pot to collect the alms. So he'll run behind them, give them the pot and also give them the alms. So Nityananda Prabhu was that, he was so merciful that he used to give that. So that's why Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu both are put together. So there are two things. One is when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, there are two aspects to it. We do first Hare Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. So we chant first that, right? Om, and then we come to Hare Krishna Mahamantra, because it is always advisable to chant first this Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, and then we chant Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, like that, right? So why do we do that always? So there are five important mellows, in which the two I'm talking about here, that is the Madhurya Leela of Krishna, which is the mellow of love. So, and the compassionate love, compassionate nature of Krishna. So, Prema Bhakti can be taken in the Vrindavan Dham because that's where the Radha and Krishna are present. But compassionate nature is predominantly present in the Mayapur Dham, where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu are present. So the compassion, that karuna that we have in our heart, it comes from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda. So that's the reason we chant first them, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. So we chant their names first so that the compassion will get increased in our heart by doing. For every round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra of 108, we chant again Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura. So by that, our compassionate nature increases as we go. And then we chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So that's where the Prema Bhakti or Madhurya Bhav will come into our lives. So both has to be there. In order to reach to Madhurya, we first go to compassionate nature of Krishna. So that comes from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. So always remember that why we do this and why we do this. If someone asks you, you have an answer to that, right? So always remember that whenever we are studying, we are not studying just for the sake of studying, but we are studying for the sake of understanding it and then adopt it in our brain and remember it. I have a habit of repetition. So those who already understood that, why is repeating? I always already know that. But repetition is always good, because sometimes we may not have the same understanding what we had before. So we get that. And repetition of spiritual subject matter is always beneficial. Yeah. So we did Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. So when we do any sin, or sorry, when we commit any offenses, those offenses can be, eradicated when we approach Vancha Kalpataru. Who's that Vancha Kalpataru? Is the biggest Vaishnavas. So all the Vaishnavas are the replica of Vaishnavacharyas. So that's why we go to first all the Vaishnavacharyas and pay over obeisances to please, make sure that all of my offenses, if at all I have done it by knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me for that. So we ask for the forgiveness in case we have done it or not done it, but every time we should do that. So that's the process, that why we do it, because the question should always be there in our mind, that why we are doing this, why we are doing this, we are not doing it as part of rituals. We are doing for the reason, that what is there reason behind that. Yeah, any questions? So now in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we have two things. We have Krishna and Radha. Hare means Radha, Radharani, and Rama and Hare again. So Ram and Sita both. Yeah, because there is no difference between Krishna and Ram. Jag mein sundar hai do naam, chahe Krishna kaho ya Ram. So they both are same. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We should always try to say the pronunciation Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, not Krishna Krishna, and Hare Rama Rama. That's a Western style of pronunciation. Try to improve your pronunciation by pronouncing it the way it should be done in Sanskrit. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Make sense? Yeah. All right. I'm not reading the entire introduction chapter because I'm leaving that to you guys to go through it. If you have any questions, you ask me. The reason why I'm not going through it, because this is actually the summary of the entire Bhagavad Gita. And because we are going deeper into Bhagavad Gita, that's why I'm not reading it. You can get the gist of it by reading this introduction, but then you will not be able to go to the deeper meaning of why Bhagavad Gita exists. It is for those who don't want to read the complete Bhagavad Gita. For them, it's a good starter. Okay, come to chapter 1. All right. Bhagavad Gita, as I said before, is spoken by Lord Shri Krishna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra to instruct Arjun, who is the best friend of and as a devotee, when he was bewildered with so many questions, etc. So the starting of that is, so before the start of battle, uh, Krishna starts instructing Arjuna, who is the best friend and devotee. So if we divide Bhagavad Gita into 3 major parts, the first part is from chapter 1 to chapter 6. So we take 3, 6, 6, and 6. 3 parts to it. The first 6 chapters is we can imagine as the upper loaf of a sandwich. The next 6 chapter is the middle layer. Whatever is there is the best part of the sandwich, whether it's a potato sandwich or it is something else, or whatever Madhuri has made or Madhavi has made. So that is the best part of sandwich. And the remaining part, that is the third loaf. So middle part is the Bhakti Yoga. The first 6 chapter talks about the Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga to Bhakti. Middle part is pure Bhakti. The 7th to 13th. 7 to 12, sorry. And then 13 to 18 is the Jnana Yoga to Bhakti. So this is the 3 beautiful slices of this sandwich. Okay? Makes sense? So this is how we are going to understand the Bhagavad Gita. Okay? So in this study, what we are going to do is we are going to take the select verses from each of this chapter, because if we start going into the detail of this, then it will take 3 years for us to only finish, these 4 books. So the way the curriculum has been created for our Bhakti Saransh that's why the name is Saransh is given. It is summary study of Bhagavad Gita, summary study of Ishopanishad, summary study of Nectar of Instruction, and summary study of Nectar of Devotion. So we are going to study 4 books in this course. So these 4 books are Bhagavad Gita, Nectar of Instruction, Ishopanishad, and Nectar of Devotion. Okay, so these 4 books are Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Lord. Yeah, so it is the instructions from the God. And Ishopanishad is also about the God. But the process, how we should be worshipping the Lord, process, how we should be keeping ourselves on this path, that process is given in 2 other books, which is Nectar of Instruction, and Nectar of Devotion. So as we go, like we are into year 5, then year 10, then year 12, then we go to graduation, then we go to post-graduation, then we go to PhD study, like this. So this is a gradual path that how we are going to learn everything. So is year 5 is stronger, difficult than year 10? No, right? But those who have not done year 5 as well, and they put them into year 10, it is going to be difficult for them. That's the reason we are going in a very, very, very gradual way. So this course has been designed right from Bhakti Pravesh to Bhakti Manjari, then Bhakti Saransh. Then after Bhakti Saransh, once you finish this Saransh course, then there is a Bhakti Shastri degree course. Those who are interested in doing the degree course, they can go for that. Or there is a parallel course which is called Scripture Study course, which is also similar, but it is not that deep. But those who really want to study entire Bhagavad Gita, entire nectar of instruction, entire nectar of devotion, and entire Ishopanishad, they can still do it. Okay. So the reason we have designed these courses so that make the life easier for people, because those who have passed a certain age, they don't want to give the exams. They don't want to write the big essays and this and that. But those who are young, they can go for degree courses, etc. However, the expectation from both the studies are that people should be able to impart their knowledge to others. That is the basic understanding behind doing this curriculum this way. Okay. All right. So we are starting from the first shloka of first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Here, the scene, it is called at observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So at the very beginning, Dhritarashtra is sitting in his palace, and Sanjaya has the Divya Drishti, Sanjaya Drishti, which is called that. Sanjaya is the son of Vyasadeva, and he has a Divya Drishti. So he is telling him all the commentary. He is the commentator for him because he can see what is happening in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So he is giving him all the, the happenings are there in the Kurukshetra battlefield. So he is like his Doordarshan. So the first verse is Dhritarashtra's question to Sanjaya. So Uvacha means what he said. So we'll chant the first verse. I will say and then you repeat. Dhritarashtra Uvacha.
Dhritarashtra Uvacha.
Keep your voice
Dhritarashtra
here. Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre.
Dharmashetre
Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre.
Samaveta
Samaveta
Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva
Mamakaha Pandavashchaiva
Kim Akurvata Sanjaya.
Kim Akurvata Sanjaya.
Repeat. Dhritarashtra Uvacha
Dhritarashtra Uvacha.
Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha
Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha
Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva Kim Akurvata Sanjaya.
Mamakaha Pandavashchaiva Kim Akurvata Sanjaya.
Dhritarashtra Uvacha
Dhritarashtra Uvacha
Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha
Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha
Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva Kim Akurvata Sanjaya.
मामकाः
Mamaka
पाण्डवाश्चैव
Pandavashchaiva
किम्
किम्
Kim
अकुर्वत
Akuruvat
सञ्जय
Sanjaya.
Now we'll chant the full shloka in one go. First I will chant and then you repeat. Are we finding any word difficult to pronounce? Any one of us?
No.
Okay, wonderful. धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव किम् अकुर्वत सञ्जय.
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच
Dhritarashtra Uvacha
धर्मक्षेत्रे
धर्मक्षेत्रे
Dharmakshetre
कुरुक्षेत्रे
Kurukshetre
समवेतायुत्सवः
Samavetaयुत्सvah
समवेतायुत्सवः
मामका
Mamaka
पाण्डवाश्चैव
Pandavashchaiva
किम्
Kim Kuruvat
कुर्वत
पाण्डवाश्चैव
Sanjaya.
सञ्जय
Yeah, Madhavi, can you chant yourself?
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुत्सवः मम का पाण्डवाश्चैव किम् अकुर्वत सञ्जय.
Very good. Kavita?
Sorry, Prabhu. Only that one I have problem.
Dhritarashtra Uvacha.
Dhritarashtra uvacha धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मम कः पाण्डवश्चैव किम् अकुर्वत सञ्जय.
Very good. You can practice it at least 10 times, no? And then you should be able to remember it. Devlina?
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामकाः पाण्डवाश्चैव किं कुर्वत् सञ्जय.
Very good attempt. The only thing is, the meter, the way it goes, where it goes up, where it goes down, you have to just register that in your mind so that it will be easy for you, right? Dharma kshetre kuru kshetre sabhavetaयुयुत्सवः mamaka pandavaश्चैव kim akurvata sanjaya. Saloni?
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवा मम का पाण्डवश्चैव किम् अकुर्वत सञ्जय.
No, it's not going right in the meter. However, you have pronounced it well, which is very good. So the recording will be there, so you can again listen to my chanting and then you can do it. Madhuri,
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामकाः पाण्डवाश्चैव किम् अकुर्वत सञ्जय.
wonderful. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Sanjay, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do? The question he's asking, because there are lots of insecurities are there in the mind of Dhritarashtra. Why he's asking this question? So if we all go for dinner somewhere in a good restaurant, are we going to ask that, oh, why did we come here? When we are there for the dinner, we are going to have dinner, isn't it? So why is he asking that question? Because he is feared. What was his fear? That Kurukshetra is a Dharma Kshetra. So the people, those who are followers of Dharma and those who are adharmis, when they come together for a fight, Yuyutsava means in order to kill and get killed. Either I will kill you or you kill me, like that. So that is the Yuyutsava. With that mood, they have come there. So either I will kill you or you kill me. That is the Yuyutsava, in the mood of fight. And that fight is not only just giving one slap to each other and then gone. No, the fight is to kill. Samaveta Yuyutsavaha Mamakaha and Pandavaschaiva. The other thing is saying Mamakaha and Pandavaschaiva. So he is already created that boundary between his brother's son and his sons. That boundary he has already created. The Mamakaha and Pandavaschaiva. Kimakurvata Sanjaya. What is happening between them now? Once they have assembled there, what is happening amongst them? So why this question comes? Because he knows that his sons and Pandu's son are different. Pandu's sons are dharmi, and my sons are not dharmi. They are absolutely rascals. He knew that, and that's the reason he's asking this question to Sanjay. And Sanjay
Yeah,
is
Hare
going
Krishna.
to now then describe that. And also, he knows that uh, the party to which, I mean, the Pandu's son's party is Pandava's party. They have a very big, bonus there that they have Krishna with them. Firstly, they are dharmis. Secondly, they have Krishna with them. So who is going to win there? He knew that. That's why he thought maybe because they are dharmis and they are this, the Kurukshetra as a place of pilgrimage, there are always good things are going to happen. So probably their sons, Pandu's sons will come and say, okay, Baba, you take the whole land and we don't want anything, we'll go somewhere else. He thought that way. Somehow the compromise will happen and they will go away. Or maybe Krishna will come and do the compromise. Because once they have come in the mood of Yuyutsavaha, then they are going to kill all my sons. He knew that because Arjuna is a very big archer. Then they have Bhima, who is very good at in fights. Even Yudhishthir is also called Dharmavir. He has never cross the lines of dharma. Yeah. And Arjun is also known as Dhananjaya. Who is the Dhananjaya? Anjaya means the one who can accumulate. And why did he accumulate Dhana? Because Yudhishthir he wanted to become the king of the entire world. So he sent along with the Arjun Ashwamedha Yajna. So he went along on the Ashwa to the entire globe to see who is not accepting Yudhishthir as the king of the world. And those who don't accept, for them, they have to die, first of all. So Arjun was given that responsibility. Arjun did it. And everybody accepted that. And Dhritarashtra knew it. That he's such a fighter, such a warrior, that he can do all these things. That's why he was scared. There are reasons why he was scared. Yeah. Now we will read the purport, what Prabhupada says, and then we'll stop the class for today, and then we'll meet next week. So don't get scared that how long I'm going to go. Okay. So I may ask Devlina to read the purport.
I don't have the same version, but I'll read whatever is written. Dhritarashtra said, Sanjay gathered on the
That
holy
is the
land of
translation. You just read from the purport.
uh, I don't have that, I think, because I'll buy the one Bhagavad Gita as it is. I have some other version, so
Okay.
it's just the slok and the translation.
You have a laptop?
Yes,
Are you connected to internet?
yes.
Okay. Go to vedabase.io
Veda
base.
base IO.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
On the Veda,
I opened the chapter 1
yeah,
and
go
it
to
says
purport and click on the first verse. Go to the purport.
it just says text 1, text 2,
Yeah,
and
yeah. So
text
click
3.
on the text one.
Okay. Okay.
Now it
It
gives you
says
everything.
okay. And then it's synonyms. Do you want me to read the
Yeah,
synonyms?
go behind, go below, go below, go below. There's
Yeah,
a
purport.
purport.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Found it. Thank you. Bhagavad Gita is the widely read atheistic science
No,
summarized in
theistic.
the
It is say theistic, not
theistic
atheistic.
theistic science summarized in the Bhagavad
The Gita
Gita
Mahatmya.
Gita Mahatmyam, glorification of the Gita. There it says that one should read Bhagavad Gita very scrutinizingly with the help of a person who is a devotee of Sri Krishna and try to understand it without personally motivated interpretations. The example of clear understanding is there in the Bhagavad Gita itself, in the way the teaching is understood by Arjuna, who heard the Gita directly from the Lord. If someone is fortunate enough to understand the Bhagavad Gita in that line of discip- disciplic
Disciplic
succession,
succession.
succession without motivated interpretation, then he surpasses all studies of Vedic wisdom and all scriptures of the world. One will find in the Bhagavad Gita all that is contained in other scriptures, but the reader will also find things which are not to be found elsewhere. That is the specific standard of the Gita. It is the perfect theistic science because it is directly spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna.
Yeah, you can
The
pause here.
topic,
Yeah, you can pause here. So what Prabhupada is saying that you should be understanding or you should be hearing the glories of Bhagavad Gita only from those who are the devotees of Krishna and those who are coming in the disciplic succession. Why disciplic succession is so important? Because then the knowledge is not uh, coming from anywhere else because we are not changing the message. It is Bhagavad Gita as it is and the meaning as it is, purport as it is, so everything is as it is. We are not changing anything in there. The message, what Prabhupada has received from his guru, he has given to his disciples. His disciples has given to his disciples and like that. So it is always a disciplic succession. There is no change. Yeah. So it is not at all changed in between. So this is what the importance of giving the same message. Yeah. So that's the reason it is has to be heard from the devotee who has learned it from his guru. So without personally motivated interpretation. Why is saying personally motivated interpretation? Because there are some writers who has written the Bhagavad Gita and given their own interpretation. And they lost the meaning of Bhagavad Gita at all. And they some places, they have not even mentioned Krishna at all. They said that you are the God, I am also God, everybody is God. So that is, the problem with the other world. So when I think when I mentioned about this one in the, I think last couple of classes before, that when Prabhupada was there in America, one lady came to him and asked, which Bhagavad Gita do you prescribe for me to read? And Prabhupada was thinking which Bhagavad Gita. So there was no Bhagavad Gita which he could prescribe to anyone because there are so many versions and all versions were bad available except one which is coming from the Gorakhpur press. Gita Press Gorakhpur. That was the only one which was okay, but it didn't give the message properly. So then Prabhupada decided to write the Bhagavad Gita as it is. And then he presented this. But then Now, millions and millions of copies are getting distributed everywhere across the globe every now and then. Yeah. So that is very important, that the specific standard of the Bhagavad Gita and the purpose of theistic science has to be gone directly to the reader, and teacher only one who is coming in the disciplic succession should be able to say. My Guru Maharaj was a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, and he has translated Bhagavad Gita in Bengali. Even even the Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, all the books of Srila Prabhupada, he translated in Bengali. So like that, many disciples of Srila Prabhupada who were good in their language, they have translated the books in those languages. So it's all, and it is all being properly scrutinized, that is there anything wrong which is going and giving the different meaning altogether. And everything was audited, properly corrected, and then presented to the world like that. So I think today we will stop the class here because it's becoming too long, and I don't want you guys to go away from the next class, from my class. Next. So we'll finish here and we'll chant the Vaishnava Pranam first, and then we'll stop here. So open if those who know can chant Vaishnava Pranam. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंतकोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय।